On October 2009, Professor Chittaranjan, who is an eminent educationist, linguist, sociologist, psychologist, and philosopher, had visited Auroville for a week for sharing his knowledge of educational experiences with the different Auroville schools. He has been the brain behind the massive educational revolution in Odisha in the field of integral education as envisaged by the Mother and Sri Aurobindo.
Make of us the hero warriors that we aspire to become. May we fight successfully the great battle of the future that is to be born. Against the past that seeks to endure. So that the new things may manifest. And we be ready to receive them.
We have many activities in our school. They are dance, music, clay modeling, computer, electronics, and etc. We have lots of freedom in our school. We have many sports. Our teachers are very free with us. They ask us to speak on English and develop our languages. There are also French in our school. We are learning French. And also we have body awareness class to relax our body and be free. We have yoga. And we have teachers to make support papers and teachers.
Our school is divided into 3 sections actually. We have the kindergarten and we have the section consisting of 4th, 5th and 6th standard, which we have called the new building since it was constructed later on. Then we have the senior section, which consists of 7th standard to 10th. We have the strength about 270 students in the school, and with that the faculty adds up to around 40 teachers. The school starts about at 8:20. We start our day with cleaning our courtyard and the classrooms every day. Each class has assigned about 2 children to clean up the class, and then we have an assembly every day where we sing the prayer. If there's anything to share, kids come up and share something, or the teachers make some announcements which have to be shared with everyone. Then classes go on till about 10:30, and we have sports from 3 to 4, which includes many games. We have extra classes as and when we require for class 10. The school is actually a matriculation school, which means that 10th standard has to clear the board examination at the end of the year. We have class trips conducted every month in smaller classes, kindergarten and the new building. And it's a nice relationship that we really share. I think the teachers also feel free because they feel close to the students and they feel that they can share about everything with the children. And we have dance, which is very, very popular amongst all of them, right from kindergarten to class 10. We have a computer lab, which is well equipped, and a beautiful library. Other than that, we have a new construction going on, which is going to include some labs for the language studies and social sciences.
We from Auroville side came to the school in 1999. Before that, it was under the management of this Oroshika factory, Agarbatti factory, and then they gave it to Auroville to manage. Anuban was with us continuously till last year when she passed away. So the main challenge when we came was they had a system of having monthly exams. So every month the classes would have exams. And that was the way of making the children scared first of exams and the result, and then making them learn by rote, by heart, their subject matter. So first thing we did was to cancel exams. All these monthly exams were cancelled, and only for the higher classes we have twice a year, once in after 6 months and the other is at the end of the year, 2 exams, only for the last 3-4 classes. So otherwise the exam part has been stopped. This was not easy because both the teachers as well as the parents were opposing that. They wanted to have the exams. The second challenge that we face is that we are all teachers, most of the teachers are followers of Sri Aurobindo, and we would ideally like to work in a free system, but the school is a matriculation school. We have a fixed curriculum. We know that if we were to become a free progress school and come out of this matriculation system, most of the parents of these children would take them out and put them in some other school. So we are doing a kind of compromise. We accept the limitations of being in a government structure, and yet within that structure we try to give the children a very broad-based education. There is a lot of emphasis on physical education. There is a lot of emphasis on the arts. There is their personality development. There is a lot of theatre and dance in our school. And as Neeti has already said, the children are quite free. They know that the school is meant for them. Am I right? The school is for you? Okay. They are quite comfortable and happy. They tell us if there is any problem. They share with us very easily. And we try to listen to them. And if we agree with what they are suggesting, we try to implement their suggestions also.
Children, I am a teacher. Therefore, I cannot really give you any high sermon. I can tell you a story, real story, from another school, very famous all over the world. A special school which started after the Second World War in Switzerland. I was a teacher there for about 2 months. There are children from about 18 countries in the world. Children who have lost their parents, who have suffered because of the war. 18 language groups. Please try to listen to me. They do not have uniforms. Because in education, it's a principle that if you have uniforms, common uniforms, you look at the uniforms and think that children are all alike. You never have time to look into the personalities of the child. You forget the faces because you are so much dominated by the uniform. In that school there was no uniform. Both boys and girls, please excuse me, they did not sit separately in rows, never. Every house had a father and a mother. teachers. They were taught in their own mother tongue. Imagine 18 different languages in their own houses. I took classes in the children's section as well as in the secondary section. I remember very clearly in the assembly in the morning, every house had a prayer in their own language, saying that we are grateful to you because you have given us breakfast. But please remember, there are lakhs of children all over the world who do not have a breakfast. Let us strive to achieve a world where all children will get enough to eat, comfortable living and good education. I cannot forget that experience. The second point, I think you broadly understood the story of the school. You had the prayer, make us warriors, hero warriors. In my language, I have written a whole book on what the mother really means by inspiring children through education to become hero warriors. If somebody of you can tell me one or two sentences, because in all other prayers, if I am not incorrect, you simply ask things from God, isn't it? Even in our ancient books, people have asked God to give them good status, position. Sampatti means property, make them rich. What do we really mean by that? Hero warriors. Then last, very irritating question. Is it only meant for the children? Or the teachers are also to be hero warriors? And who comes first in the line?
Thank you, Professor Chittaranjan Das. We will think about his suggestions and see if we can implement some of them. He has suggested that maybe we should not have uniforms, and also that why are the girls and boys sitting separately? So I think you should all think about it, and then we will discuss it. Okay, now we'll go to our classes. We will show Professor around our school, and he might come to some of your classes. Let us see. Thank you. She wants to raise the issue of uniform.
Yeah.
Whether it should continue or go. You have suggested that it is not such a good thing to have a uniform.
The difference would be shown more if they were wearing their own clothes, because some would have nice clothes and some would have really petty clothes. That's why I think in our case, uniform is better.
It is said that some children are very poor and they would not be comfortable wearing their normal clothes.
It is said that of what is poor.
I know, I have understood your
Then let
point.
us talk on the main points.
Yeah, but you know, appearance through the uniform, it can be appearance
Let's
through
not
any
really
dress.
stick to that point. Oh, that's okay. That was not, I said that there was no uniform, that's
In that school there would.
and in any school if there was any uniform.
He is suggesting that teachers should also have a
But that
uniform.
was a minor point. Why do we stick to that minor point? For example, I can start, please.
We are the family members. Our student is our brothers and sisters. They used to call Anna. You know, Anna in Tamil means brothers. That's the difference here. The children, they are very happy here. We have to push them to send them home because they like to spend
Are you happy? Families are not happy in India.
Yeah, we are happy family.
Don't try to persuade me.
Yeah,
Families are not happy at all in India.
it's okay. The family, there is ups and
Nothing,
downs.
nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Nothing.
But anyway, it is a family.
In
After all,
South India,
Yeah.
the husband drinks arak
uh,
and beats his wife. Isn't it?
Yes.
Don't say that families are good.
But we forget alcohol in our school. We
Don't
don't
tell
have
the
alcohol.
children that Indian families are all right. Go to the West and see how husband and wife cooperate. Even in cooking the food. Go there.
and we are not trying to produce engineer and doctors.
You have to try because you are in India.
We are trying to produce human
You
beings.
are here Pati Paramaguru.
Yes.
That is our